Hello, I will be doing the Why Am I Blue tutorial for you. And the first thing we're going to do is play it all the way through one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now what we're going to do is talk about the song and just the little nuances that may be difficult, and we can go through them. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at is up on the top of the page there of Why Am I Blue, you'll see, it might be cut off a little bit. It says syncopated note. So let me get that there. So it says syncopated note. And that's like the main rhythm of this piece. And if we count it and clap it, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So sometimes it's easier to hear the rhythm when we take the numbers away. So if we just clap it as it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. And if we think about it, it goes with the lyrics. Why am I blue? Okay, so that's your main rhythm pattern. Now, if we go down a little bit here, we can see that the left hand has a pretty steady beat. It's keeping the beat just with these, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but these eighth notes are keeping the beat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it's a moderately slow blues tempo, so we also want to talk about that. So it's not too fast. Just kind of how I played it there could definitely be the final tempo. Okay, so we see we're here. We have treble and bass. We're in G major because we have the F sharp. So the first chord, it makes a lot of sense that this one chord is also the G chord. So the one chord is the G chord because we're in the key of G. Okay, so we have this G major, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1 with the pedal, 3, 4. Okay, now if we look down a little bit further with the left hand, because we're focusing on the left hand right now, we see later on it has a couple of other chords. So we have here in the, right here where my cursor is going, we have the 4 chord. and that's going to be in the key of G. So if we count up G, A, B, C, we count up 4 B's. G, A, B, C, we have the C chord. And it's just an inverted C chord. So if we see here, we have C, E, G. It's just the G's and the bass. So we have 8 of those. I don't know what just happened with the whole like balloons going across the screen, but that happened. So hopefully it won't happen again. Okay, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 8 of those. And then we go back to the 1 chord here, or the G chord. And now we're going to go to the 5-7 or the D7. And I will show you. So it's right here, where my cursor is. You have an easier way to play the D7 than in root position if you're coming from where we're coming from. Excuse me. Which is the G chord. So we have G chord, G, B, D. And now to play the D7, we're just going to play the D and the C there with the F sharp in the bass note, for the bass note. So we have bum, 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 like that, and we have 4 of those. Now let's look and see what that chord is. It's a D. The 7th is right here. The C is the 7th, and then we have the 3rd. That's really all we need for a chord. We just need the root, the 3rd, and the 7th. We don't really need the 5th. So if we break that down into root position, we have D, F sharp, A, C. The 7th is C. So we're just going to move it there. Okay, and we're just, the only one we're taking out is the A, basically. We're removing that A. So if we have D, F sharp, A, C, and we go to the next inversion, F sharp, A, C, D. That's first inversion, and we're just going to take out the A. And there's our chord, our 5-7. Okay, and then let's look and see what we have next. Anything, oops, I just moved that instead of the paper. Sorry about that. We have a little something. Oh, okay, let's see. I need to move this down so you can see it. There. Let's move this. Okay. So we have just another, in the end, we have another G chord at the end, and we have a fermata. So this last one we're going to hold extra long. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning and look at the right hand. Okay, let me move these back. I'm working this out. Okay, so back to the beginning. We have the right hand. Now we have that rhythm that we talked about at the beginning. Why am I blue? Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're gonna go like this. In G position, we're gonna spell out a G chord. And we are swinging those eighth notes. So long, short, long, short, long, short. The first one's long. The second beat of the second half of the beat is short. So long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Why am I blue? Next one, we'll do that again. But this time we add more notes to it. So it's almost like, why am I blue? Bum, 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 bum. Now what we're doing is we're playing Why Am I Blue? And then we go back to the 3rd or the B. And then we come back to the G. And now we're going to just cross over here. G, F sharp, F. Natural. And so notice that the note is naturaled out here. Okay, right here. Okay, so let's look to the next part. We're spelling out a chord, but we're adding an extra note. So it's like we're playing the G chord, but we're adding that little A, the second there. Now we're gonna go to minor. So now we just did this little run going down. Right here. And now for this next part, if you notice, we have a B flat. Okay, really cool theory reason why there's a B flat there is because now we're on the 4 chord, right? So down here we have the C. And guess what? The 7th of that C chord is the B flat. So that's why we can change the melody to minor, and it sounds really good. It just suddenly sounds bluesy because what we're doing here is we're just playing that 7th, that dominant 7th. So we added a blue note there. It doesn't necessarily sound minor like in a sad way. It's in a bluesy way because it's the 7th. So same rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. Now we change back to major with this B natural. And you can see right there the natural simple. And then we go back to this little pattern. We saw it here. Da, 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 da. We're going to play it again. Da, 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 da. So. And then a whole different melody. And this one goes along with the D7 or the 5/7. Okay. Da, 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 da. So the notes are C, B, C, B, C, D. So it's helping us lead into that D nicely. And then let's look at the next part. I think we're going to go into minor. My ears want to hear minor there. Let's see. So let me just pull this keyboard down so you can see it. And then we have the minor because we are going back to the C. Or the 4 chord, as you can see right here. The 4, which has that B flat in it. So we go. So why am I blue? Then bum bum G. And then we just have a little sort of a almost scale going down. We don't quite finish the scale, but we have that there. And then that's after we played the D7 or the 5/7 chord. Let me just move this up. And then we have, of course, after we repeated it, we do that. And so we have, okay, this part may be the trickiest part of the song. So let's break it down. We just have the G chord in the bass. And then right here, what we have going on is an F sharp because the F sharp is in the key signature, so we want to keep that. And then we add a D sharp here. So those 2 notes. And we just slide up, or you can do the 4/1, 4/5, like that. Or you can slide. Bluesy way to do it would just be slide up, but you can play a 4/5 on the top, which it's actually saying to do, which is totally fine. So we have D sharp E, F sharp G, and then we go 1, 2, and 3. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And we hold that. Lift. So we just want to hold it however long we feel like it, because that's what a fermata means. You can hold it just longer. So it's up to the musician to do that. All right, so that was a little theory analysis and a little kind of tutorial on how to play Why Am I Blue. Of course, if you want to play along with it, just go back to the beginning of the video. All right, bye. Thank you.